Hey guys, welcome back to SRT Learning, and this is Ankit Prajapati, and today we're gonna cover another question on Cypress automation interview question and answer. So if you are preparing for the QA automation role and if you are interviewing under Cypress technology, I will suggest just go through this playlist. It will contain almost all frequently asked questions, and these questions we mainly get from our candidate or from the feedback that from our the people who are watching our videos or they are appearing for the interviews, and they give us this list of questions because they want us to prepare something from them so they can watch whenever the interview comes. So for that one we putting this effort and making this video for you guys to do good in interviews and get your job. So let's go and see what we're gonna cover today. So explain the Cypress architecture and why does not it use the WebDriver. Okay. I will just say this is one of the common, not common but common for the, I will just say is the for the experienced people. If you're a fresher, right, they might be not asking you the question about the architecture, they might be asking you about like how you can interact with the web element or how you can do some certain things on the your day-to-day automation things. But if you are experienced, right, let's suppose 3 plus or 4 plus of experience in Cypress, right, then they expect that you should have the knowledge about the architecture. Okay, and that's why they might be asking, okay, can you explain the architecture and why it does not use the WebDriver. Okay, why they do not use the drivers like like in Selenium we have a WebDriver, right, like ChromeDriver, Firefox driver and all those things. So why you are not using that things? So let's see and how you should answer this in interview. So Cypress is fundamentally different from Selenium WebDriver based tools because it runs directly into the browser. That one of the questions that we have covered. Okay, what is the difference between Cypress and the Selenium and those things? Because it directly runs into the browser, right? That's the reason it does not require the additional middleman to interact with the browser. Okay, and that is the one fundamental difference with the Selenium for the Cypress. Now Cypress architecture. Okay, so when they say Cypress architecture, they are not asking you to explain or draw something. They want to listen three main keywords. Okay, if you speak these three main keyword like the test runner, okay, that is the one thing that runs outside the browser in a Node.js. So test runner, this is the key component of the Cypress architecture. So first things that contain the first component is a test runner, which is the Node.js process which run into the Node.js, which is outside of the browser. Handle tasks that browser cannot do directly, like a system access, network stubbing, taking screenshot, recording videos. For those kind of stuff, right, it required test runner, right, and it will do its job separately. That is one of the crucial things and one of the key component for the Cypress architecture. Okay, so always remember test runner, which is .NET Node.js process. Second things, browser process. Cypress inject the code, okay, directly into the browser. So for that reason, browser process is one of the key component of the Cypress architecture. So Cypress inject the code, its actual code, the test script, the hooks and all those things directly into the browser. This code run in the same event loop as the application under test, AUT. That means the application, whatever the environment you are testing, the application is hosted is called AUT, right, application under test. So this code directly run in the same event loop where the AUT is hosted. This means Cypress can directly access the DOM, okay, document object management, the DOM, then Windows object if it is working the Windows, then local storage and the session storage, and the network layer, like whatever the network calls are going, okay, those are the things Cypress can directly access. Okay, and that's why it is bit faster than Selenium and other things. Okay, so the first component will be test runner, Node.js process. Second would be the browser process, where it actually work in the same event loop which we have run our AUT. Okay, this means it directly interact with the DOM, Windows object and local storage and the session storage and the network layer. Then the third component, okay, driver, okay, intermediate mechanism. So this is the driver. Instead of using the external driver like ChromeDriver or GeckoDriver that we use in Selenium, right, Cypress control the browser using the custom automation API which is built in the Chrome DevTools. Okay, if you know the DevTools, Chrome DevTools Protocol, okay, and the native browser API. So Cypress use these two APIs, okay, automation API, Chrome DevTools Protocol, which mainly work if you know the you inspect the element, or you can just go to the setting and open the DevTool for in a Chrome browser. So those kind of the interaction and those kind of the API Cypress directly used to interact with the browser directly. Okay, so instead of using the external driver, Cypress use the browser that communicate the automation API that communicate with the browser directly, which is Chrome DevTools Protocol CDP and the native browser APIs. Okay, and that's why Cypress has the tight integration with Chromium-based browser and the Firefox, but not Safari and IE, because it uses the DevTools protocol. Okay, this DevTool is not available in Safari, and that is one of the reason. Okay, so three architecture, the three key component of the Cypress architecture: the test runner, Node.js process, browser process directly interact with the code, then drivers, internal mechanism. If you explain these three things and little bit one or two line about the description, then you should have an experience about the Cypress architecture. Okay, this can be also one separate question, guys. Okay, but now another thing is, why does not it use WebDriver? Okay, that we know, right? Because Cypress control the browser using the custom APIs and build on CDP and the native browser APIs. That is one of the reason it does not use the WebDriver. But let's see in detail, and I will keep this answer in the next slide as well. So why Cypress does not use the WebDriver? So first things, architecture philosophy. WebDriver, when you go with the WebDriver, right, let's understand the comparison, how the architecture philosophy works. Why I will just say this question is very much important. If you are a beginner in Cypress as well, you should understand the difference and the architecture wise as well with the Selenium, because Selenium comes very first. Okay, so if you want to compare something, you have to compare with Selenium. That is the normally almost all the technology has been compared so far. Okay, so architectural philosophy, it's Selenium, right? So what is it will be? Test code, JSON over HTTP, then WebDriver server and the browser. This is the normal flow. Okay, you write your test code, then it is JSON via protocol, it interact with the WebDriver server, and then it will go to the browser. Okay, multiple layers means more latency and potential flakiness, means you have the multiple things in middle. Okay, you have JSON wire protocol, then you have WebDriver servers where you have the external WebDrivers which gonna interact with the browser, and back and forth will be go over here. So that's why multiple layers are involved, and that is the more latency, and it is pretty much slow compared to the Cypress. While comparing the Cypress, run inside the browser along with the application itself. Okay, no external driver or middleman. Images synchronization like control of browser objects, means as soon as you will start your automation script, it will be start interacting with the DOM, the different object of the web page, and controlling the browser related things, and it will start doing your automation work on the spot. Okay, so it directly work with the browser, and that's why Cypress is different than the in term of the architecture as well. Okay, then another things we can see, flakiness in the synchronization. WebDriver test often fail due to timing issue, right? Where we need to use like implicit wait, explicit wait, and all those things. Sometimes the network delay, or sometimes the element not found. Those can be many issues, but the timing issue will be always there. If you are running your Selenium script on your dev environment, QA environment, and production environment, the response will be a little bit different over there, because the synchronization issues always come into the picture in Selenium or WebDriver. Okay, but in Cypress automatically wait for the DOM object. It wait to load it. It will become visible or clickable or something like that way. So that is one of the crucial things of Cypress. Okay, guys, Cypress has the auto waiting concept. Okay, so Cypress automatically wait for DOM to load, element to visible on screen, then network finish the call, and no need to use the sleep, timeout, or any other wait to lengthen your script. Okay, and that is, I will just say, as I have the experience in both the technology, this is one of the crucial and game changers for you. If you are working with Cypress, you no need to put the wait condition that we spend lots of time in the Selenium. Okay, we have to put the external explicit wait for element to be visible, and then we perform certain action. But no, in Cypress it will automatically wait for certain things, and that is one of the crucial things. Okay, and this is possible because it live inside the browser's run loop, and that's why it is possible it can be wait for certain operation to be performed, and then it can do the actual event that you ask in the automation script. Okay, so flakiness and the synchronization, that is one of the another things why does not it use the WebDriver. Then debugging experience, Cypress provide time travel, which is one of the debugging I would just say features. If you I will create the separate video on time travel, how it works. Okay, but debugging experience in Cypress is much better than the I would just say in the Selenium and other tools. Okay, so Cypress provide a time travel debugging and the live test runner UI, where you can see each and every snapshot of the each steps, what exactly screen look like when the step has been performed on by the automation script. So everything you can see on screenshot wise. That is one of the crucial things, and it's easy for you to debug. Okay, when something goes fail. Otherwise in Selenium we have to put a debug point and we need to go to the screen, or we have to write the external code where it cannot take the screenshot if there's something got failed. But in Cypress it automatically do the certain things. Okay, and that's why in terms of the debugging experience we do not use the WebDriver, because in WebDriver we have to rely on writing the extra code for the failure steps, or writing something like if you want to integrate with the log4j, you have to write certain code for log4j as well to generate the logging for your automation script. Okay, so the third reason, debugging experience. Okay, and that is why we does not use the WebDriver. Then pros and cons of Cypress does not use the WebDriver. I have put some limitation and what is the positive point for that one. So first things, the positive side we can just say is super fast execution, that we all know, automatic wait, no need to wait for certain things. Then reliable on DOM and network control. So that is one of the crucial things. I will just say positive area for Cypress. Then great debugging user experience. Okay, so automatic in my terms, in my go, I will just say automatic wait is one of the crucial things, and that makes everything else workable. Okay, it's run fast because it does not wait for certain things. It get the debugging, the test time travels and the test runner UI, live test runner UI is one of the crucial things where you can see each and every step, screenshot and all those things. Okay, then what are the cons of the Cypress that does not use the WebDriver? So limited browser support. Okay, it does not support the Safari and IE. That is one of the things, and if it is gonna use the external WebDriver, then it might be work on Safari and Internet Explorer as well. Okay, no native mobile app testing, only browser emulation. That is one of the limitation. Single browser tab limitation, you cannot test across the multiple browser or tab or windows easily. So this is one of the also good interview question, and I am gonna cover that part. Okay, how you do the, what is the limitation, or how you can do the multi-tab testing on Cypress. Okay, they might be asking if you are experienced, like at least 4+ experience, they're gonna ask this kind of question, because they know this is a limitation, right? And they want to know what is your approach to tackle down that limitation. Okay guys, so this is the 4 things: architecture philosophy, flakiness and synchronization, debugging experience, and pros and cons of the Cypress. So Cypress run inside the browser process. This is some kind of highlights. This allows Cypress has to native access of DOM, network and browser APIs, which eliminates flakiness and make test faster and improve debugging experience. Okay, for you. So this is one of the crucial things when you answer, and this video will give you the insight about the Cypress architecture, what are the 3 key components, and why it does not use the WebDriver. Why we focusing on the WebDriver? Because this is the crucial things. Okay, why it become faster, why Cypress is faster. And even if you're not using the WebDriver, that means it will make the way you write a code it bit easier comparing to add some extra code to use the WebDriver. Okay, so this is the things you can just see: Selenium and WebDriver, test script, you write your test script, WebDriver client, JSON via protocol, then you go to the browser driver, then browser, then do the actual application. You see multiple layer. Your test script gonna go with the WebDriver client first, then JSON via protocol will convert to the browser driver, and then browser driver will ask your browser, actual browser, to perform certain action on application under test. While in Cypress, test script on a node, Cypress runner gonna inject into the browser directly and directly access to the AUD, application under test. So certain you see this WebDriver client, JSON wire protocol, and browser driver. This is not into the picture. It's gonna directly work. The Cypress runner directly inject the code into the browser and directly access the AUT. Okay, so this is one of the crucial things why the Cypress does not support the WebDriver. Okay, guys. So in this question you will see many questions. Okay, like what is the architectural difference between the Cypress and Selenium? You can answer. What are the positive point of the Cypress? What is the limitation of Cypress that does not use the WebDriver? So couple of things you can gain from this question, guys. So I think this is all about that I need to cover on that question. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share this video to your colleagues who is preparing for the Cypress automation interviews, and I will make sure to create such videos. And if you have any videos, any topics that you want me to create a videos, okay, please put your comment on the video and I will collect some information, okay, and prepare in front of you guys. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys.